So welcome everybody. My name is Karen Levin, Executive Director of the BZD. We are so excited to have everybody here tonight for the live discussion, panel discussion with two members of the cast of Unorthodox, which has been an extremely popular Netflix series here in the United States and really across the country. So thank you everybody for being here tonight. We have two stars from the cast of Unorthodox, Ronit Asheri and Gera Sandler.
Hi everybody, good evening. As Karen mentioned, my name is Adi and I'm BZD Shlicha, and I'm more than honored to presenting you Ronit and Gera tonight. We're going to have a live panel discussion. Soon they will be spotlighted and you will see them throughout the night. So let's start with a short bio so you can know them a little bit and what they did before we're gonna dive into the Unorthodox. Let's start with Ronit. Ronit Asheri is an actress and singer who was born in Israel. She graduated Bet Zvi Academy for Performing Arts, and she was part of the Yiddish theater for the past 17 years in Israel. During her time there, she was awarded the Yiddish Best Actress Prize for her appearance as Anna Andreevna in Reviser by Google. In 2018, she arrived to New York and became part of the new Yiddish rap theater. Ronit has appeared in leading roles in Awake and Sing and Labor of Life. In the past January, Ronit was part of the experimental theatrical clown fable La Grande Barrage, a show without words directed by veteran clown in Snow Show. Ronit played Malka Schwartz, Esti's aunt, in a successful miniseries Unorthodox. Gera, now moving to Gera. Gera Sandler is an actor, stage director, writer, composer, voice talent, and a TV personality. He was born in Soviet Union and raised in Israel. Graduated from the School of Performing Arts, Bet Zvi. He performed in the Gesher Theater, in Don Juan by Moeller, and The Last Devil by Isaac Bashev Singer. For 15 years, he has been one of the leading actors in the Yiddish theater in Israel. In the US, he played in Covers Knock and Old New Year by Lost and Found Project. As a stage director, Mr. Sandler directed numerous productions, including original and classic operas and kids shows. Gera has appeared in over 30 movies and series in Israel, Russia, France, Germany, and Poland, including Jellyfish, the winner of 3 awards at Cannes Film Festival. Gera played Mordechai Schwartz as his father in the successful miniseries Unorthodox. Good evening, Gera and Ronit. How are you?
Yes, so what Adi said, it's correct. And I can, yes, what can I add? I mean, we here in New York, we have 2 kids. By the way, I have 2 boys and parrot kids, and yeah, that's for now.
Well, it's the kakatil.
It's a kakatil. It's not the parrot kid.
Yeah. This is our family member.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
great. So let's start with you telling us about yourself and about your background.
Okay. So I born and raised in Israel. Ever since I remember myself, I was performing and singing in front of my family, my friends. And I was studying in performing arts in Israel. By the way, I grew in a secular family, but I have my great grandmother. She's ultra Hasidic, and parts of my family are ultra Hasidic family. I am a secular, but try to keep the mitzvah, you know, all the tradition, and it's very important to me. I came to New York about 3 years ago. I'm very happy that we came to New York, and I was explored to this beautiful new Yiddish rap theater and explored to the Unorthodox. It's a very good thing that happened in my career as an actress. I can say that this is my first big thing ever in screen. It's only the beginning, but for me, it's a big thing that I do in TV show. And the show is very successful. We didn't realize, if you asked me about a year ago when we're shooting in Berlin, I never realized that this show will be such a hit, and people all over the world, and I mentioned all over the world, will talk about it and write me. And I mean, from Cairo, from Jordan, from Morocco, everybody wrote me, and still wrote me. People still watch it. People don't have time to watch, and now they watch it, and we get amazing feedback, such incredible compliments that the corona issue. I can say it's a good that corona happened for people watch the show, but I can say that we have a lot of premiere that cancel. So at the first time we were sad. The second, we were happy that many people watch it. It came from all the people. People have time. People even have time to really listen and watch it because they don't go anywhere. So, we're happy for this opportunity. And I can't say for this corona, but this situation were, I think, good for the show. Gera, you want to add something?
I think my wife is right. That's it. And
No, we can. Yeah,
I don't have nothing to add, but in this case, just not to be to tell a story which is too long to tell. Make a long story short, as we used to say. So I'm very happy that all my life this is a chain of opportunities to visit countries, to meet new people, to be explored, to new and different kind of theater and movies. So I can wish my wife and me have more chances, have more opportunities to discover things all over the world. Hopefully, we're gonna get rid of Corona, and we gonna be visiting countries, groups, interesting people, interesting projects.
Yes, I cross my fingers for that.
We cross whatever fingers we have.
So Ronit, you mentioned that you was filming this TV series in Berlin, and I wanted to ask both of you to share with us your experience of filming the show.
So I just take my kids from in the middle of this in May. I take them out from school. We went to Berlin. I can say the first time that I meet these beautiful people from from their every department of this show was such amazing people who do it from the bottom of their heart. I mean, they love to do it, but they were so nice to us, and they accept all of us, my kids, such a beautiful way. And I can say the experience on the set, the people, the actors, everyone, we still, in touch with everyone, with the director, with the actors, with the, and I can say I miss these people so much, and I wish to work with them again. It's such a pleasure. The set was exactly like Williamsburg. People thought I was, shooting here in New York. So no, I was almost 1 month and a half in Berlin. And then we have 2 days in New York. That's it. But in Berlin, I can tell you, I fell in love with Berlin, with these people. Everyone was such a delightful, really.
I think this kind of phenomenon of how we used to define people and communities without actually, know them. That is to know them, to recognize them, just to say hello and everything. The most common thing about common meaning of Germans, very tough, very people who not sensitive, like discipline, and don't have sense of humor. So so we met different people completely. I think among all the European people and communities I've met in the past, and I met a lot, I think they are most sensitive. They have very good sense of humor, and they're very, very good friends, and they also can feel for you, which means they can listen and understand. Actually, I can be responsible about everyone, but these people we've met on set and the cast and crew, they definitely like that, which actually gave us a very, very good feeling on set and behind the curtain, behind the scenes. Hopefully, I gonna meet these people or another people like that in my future projects, and I'm a little bit jealous, a little bit. I don't know what word is better, envy or jealous for Ronit, because for Ronit it's really was a very first
And
big
good.
project, and this experience was so good. So it's a very good thing. It's a very, very good start to start from this point, from the good people,
Yeah.
from the good cast and crew, from the amazing
Also,
group
you
of
can be very
people.
spoiled from the other project. You know, after you meet these beautiful people and you work with them, you as a spoiled. You think maybe everyone is,
Nobody,
but
I don't know. It's nobody knows how it goes. Sometimes you have a little bit tough situation on set, and then you have an amazing movie afterwards, after editing and everything.
yeah.
And sometimes you have amazing people and great partners on screen, but you have just okay. It's not gonna be a big success. You can pretend, you can know, but in this case it was from the beginning till the end. I can say a great success of relationship, a great success of the of the playwright, of the screenwriting, writing, and the directing, and everything. Really a little miracle in our life, or maybe a big miracle.
Yeah.
Sounds really important and amazing. And
Yeah.
I want to ask, so Ronit, I want to ask something you, because one thing I really want to talk about when you just mentioned it, kind of, that the series has a female creative team. I mean, the directors, writer, producers, and more. So did that impact the series for you? Do you think that it has a meaning?
Well, you know, because I can say I have a lot of the credit that I did in theater. I was working with a lot of women, with a lot of men. You know, no, for me, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, the cast there, everyone we surround by this unorthodox with women, but I don't know if like I feel very also it will be you know, directed by a man. I can say maybe it was different, but I feel very relaxed. I mean, I don't have, you know, I can say for Shira, I heard her once in some interview, yes, she have a scene that she was naked. Yeah.
Let's just say a comment. Shira Hess, she's Hesky. Yeah.
Yeah. She said some interview, yes, she need to feel very comfortable with the scene that she was naked. And I don't know if I can feel the different, you know, because I feel very comfortable, very, you know, I can say, I can ask whatever I want. Everyone have this patience to give me, you know, honest answer. So for me, it was, you know, very comfortable, very relaxed.
Okay, so can you maybe, Gera, if you want to share some personal reasons that made you want to take the part in the show? What are the personal reasons that got you?
It's a question that, you know, my wife always said that I'm very sarcastic that I answer this question because I'm laughing. No, I'm not sarcastic. You know, our profession as an actor, it's very it has like two sides. From one side it seems to be a lot of glamour, and it seems to be a lot of fun. On the other side it has a lot of difficulties if you are, I mean, if you are a professional actor, because I always compare professional sportmen and professional, like, you know, people who like sports. You can run, but and you can jump, but you're never going to break some result which actually for a normal people mean to broke his legs. It's the professional sport is dangerous. The amateur sport is for our health, you know. So if we're talking about professional actors, it's dangerous. It's not that it's not that fun. In what meaning? It means that you all the time have to look for a job. All the time you have to be ready, do everything that a director or whoever is the main person is the big boss on stage or on screen is the boss, and you have to do it. You have to do your best. So I think we don't have had a lot of opportunities to say no. In this case, it was really lovely cast and crew, really lovely people. So we made a choice, very nice choice, and we were blessed, both Ronit and me. In other cases, sometimes for just to get money to pay your bills, you choose things that are less interesting,
Yes.
but still it's your, everyone can say it's your professional duty to make it, because you know, because you have to do it. In some point though, I have to say sometimes you say no because it's like it's really not good and dangerous, or a message you're going to deliver is not whatever. But the majority of our jobs, we take it and we're doing our best. This is our profession. In this case, I just want to stress this. In this case, it was also a big fun to do it, a big fun just to go through this process and everything. Once again, I can say we were blessed. It was a big opportunity for us.
Thank you. So what did you think about the Satmar community before the show, and what do you think is after filming Unorthodox? Have you talked to anybody from the Satmar community before you film it, or?
Sure. Our theater, it's a unique theater.
Yeah.
You guys, I think if you visit New York, you should definitely watch our shows, or at least you can watch it now on screen on the website. Some of them. This is a unique theater because one of the goals of our artistic director, which also played portrayed Zaidi, yeah.
David Mandelbaum.
David Mandelbaum,
he's the owner of the theater.
He is an artistic director. So he made a great experiment. He took a lot of ex-Hasidic people, a lot of Satmar people, and other very ultra communities, very tough communities, Bobever and whatever. His theater, they are OTD, out of the derek, the people who exited this community, like Shira, and they're looking for their way in the secular life, in its hard for them, and some of them want to join theaters and to play to be actors. Not everyone, but some of them. And our artistic director is looking for these people, and they join our theater, and we play together. And sometimes I myself teach them acting or whatever. But they are ex-Satmar, and I think we know a lot of people like that. It's not a secret. It's not like a secret place what we didn't know. We're also both Israelis, so we can imagine how it goes. The only thing that, how can I define it? The only thing that we don't have, as unfortunately, a lot of Israelis, we don't have this hate for ultra-Orthodox people, and we don't blame them in all.
We don't judge them.
We don't judge, and we don't blame them in all the problems that Israel has. So it's not like that.
Yeah.
And besides that, we also speak Yiddish, and speaking Yiddish is the key, not to get into this community like it sounds like we're a spy. No, It's just to have some trust,
Right.
just to talk like from heart to heart. If you speak Yiddish, you can talk with these people from heart to heart. And believe me, they are regular people in a community which has a very tough and a very, very, certain rules, a lot of rules, how to behave and how to live your life. And if you want to talk about, if I want to talk actually, on every ultra Orthodox communities, I would like to start from this point, not from the point that their rules is bad and mine is good, but from the point that they have their rules, I have my rules. Let's see how it works together or doesn't work together either. Very interesting people.
I get a lot of
very interesting people.
I get a feedback from some ex-Hasidic who wrote me and asked me question. Did you, your role remind me my aunt, or like you grown a Satmar community, or you remind me a part of my family and some of them, still fighting, in between this world, and it's very, they wrote me, and I can say I'm very excited by these beautiful words that people wrote me. It's like very touching. So as Gera said, I can.
I have to mention one more thing for us, maybe for the audience. I would like to suggest you if you already saw Unorthodox, it's very good. If you haven't yet, so I want to make a little suggestion. Please, it's on Netflix. Please watch it with a incredible documentary, One of Us.
Oh, I watched it. Incredible.
So if you want to watch this Unorthodox, if you're watching with One of Us, you can get better picture. Sometimes, even if your heart want to judge or to say how come, I think if you watch both of these movies, you gonna be more gentle for judging him and maybe to understand these people deeper. Because as I know, every single story, even of getting out of this community, it's a very personal story. Wow. Nothing is like, Tolstoy in his incredible book, Peace and War, the first line was, if we're talking about the happiness of people, everybody is happy in the same way. But if someone has problems in his family, the problems are very, very different. So when people leave this community, everyone has his own story, his own, like we used to say in Yiddish, Tzures, and his own way to get out and to live this life. That's what can I say.
Thank you. Great message. So let's talk about the impact. What impact do you think the Unorthodox did in the Jewish community after launching on Netflix?
I read a lot of feedback in Israel. People say, let's say in United States, in Europe, people didn't have a bad thing to say. Everybody liked it. I think there is a very good message that people need to know. Something that Gera say, maybe I can, say it in another word, but I think there is a proverb in Hebrew that says that until you don't follow the path of a man, until you don't do the way that he does or did, you cannot judge him. And I think this is the most important lesson about this show. It's not about this community. It's about this young girl try to find her way. It's like every community. It's not about the religious community. It can say to every community. It's universal story. And this is very important. People need to know that this story can happen in every community. So maybe it's very hard me to say. Maybe it's beautiful words that I say, but stop judging people. Everyone need to live their own way. I know people still judging. I'm not trying to make this world very pink in a great, but people need still judging other people, and we should not. And I try to tell it my kids too, try to be let's say good person, I don't know, but this is the story about this community, and this is how it is. This is how they live. If a good if a sures without sures with problem, this is how it is. That's it, period. And yeah, this is my can lesson, that people need to maybe to understand, or maybe to think about it.
I think that if some boy or girl decide to get out of the closet and they recognize that they're a gay person or what they want to be, a man or a woman, this is also a process. The only thing, and everyone has the difficulties. It's very hard. Now, Ronit already said that not to judge people, but it's hard. It seems right now because we are good people, and now we actually love each other. We're not like bad people. And we say in our heart, we're not going to judge. It's okay, but it's a hard job.
It's very hard.
It's a very hard job not to judge. Nobody's perfect, and sometimes we definitely don't like what other people are doing. Because as I can say, when Hasidic people, and Adi knows that maybe, in El Al plane aircraft going to pray minchu when everybody's supposed to sit, it seems in this moment it's very hard to understand them. And some people, I'm talking about some practical thing that we are really get run into these situations. So in this case, the message of Unorthodox is very strong, because Shira, this girl, is made her choice. We also made our choices. We stay in this community, and we don't want another way to live. Maybe we don't know
any other way.
Me, I don't know, because I'm a little bit a strange person and a drunk person. I don't know what exactly he knows about the world around him. But for instance, Ronit plays Malki. She is a teacher. She is an educator. She definitely run into other communities and see the world around her. So she made her choice to stay, and Shira made another choice. And it's hard. It's hard. Everybody who is thinking for himself and doing his choice, my heart is with him.
Great message, both of what you're saying. Thank you. So tell us what was the best part, or what is the best part of being part of the show and filming the show, and what was the most challenging thing filming the show?
I think the shaving, the scene that we shave Shira's head, it was wow. It was my first scene. I was,
What a first thing to start with. Oh my God.
Yes, it was like, okay. So a week before the scene, I was just practice about everyone. I go and practice about some, dolls with the hair, and doing my text and practice. And then I practice one of these people on the set, not an actor. And, it was very easy. I was laughing. Oh, look, I'm so good in haircut. Maybe I'm going to be hair design, blah, blah. But when we go to the scene, I was sitting in my trailer, prepared and everything. And I was remember talking to myself, Ronit, don't worry, you're going to do it. Everything will be okay. I have this text, which we cut it because it's looked like, so when we start to shoot, I cannot say I was nervous, but I was like I was nervous. Yeah, I was nervous, not in panic, but I was nervous. And I started shaving Shira's head, and she started to cry. And I see that, we start to do it, and it's look good, Yeah. One take, that's it, And then I see that when we shoot, I see, I start to shave, and then half of her hair was, if you remember, was long, and we didn't think about it. Just, it's happened that I shaved half, and it was so beautiful, long hair. She was bald, and well, it was very challenge for me. And also, I think the second scene was challenge that the mom, my mom, who played Dina Doron, she's an Israeli actress, she fell in the kitchen, and I tried to hold her.
Wow.
And the scene when she was dying, it was, we cry a lot, I can say. It was not easy.
Yeah, so you're basically telling us now that as an actress, when somebody dies during the film, you really cried.
Well, so Dina was lying on the floor, with cover with the blanket, and when you want to cry, it doesn't succeed. When you think too much, let me think what happened in my life that was very sad and tragedy, and let me see, start to cry. No, I didn't. It doesn't work. And I said, oh my God, give me some. There is a drop that you put on the eyes. It's very mint smell, and it's come to your eyes, and you start to cry. And then I put, some, this. Little drops, and it came, naturally, and then I really cried, and then we stop and we do it again, and I just let myself feel very, nothing to think about it, and then I cried. So yeah, I will cry without this, when as an actor, stop thinking too much sometimes, just let it go. And it was,
but still, I had the same situation in another scene, and I put too much, so I couldn't see.
And we cannot see. We need somebody help us with
But
this.
this scene is not in movie, unfortunately. It's very good. It's a great scene, but they got it. When we sit on the we sit on the stairs of our house, and we're crying about our mother.
Yes, you didn't see.
Yeah, we did.
Sometimes, it's a good scene, very good scene. We improvised it. And I think sometimes it's better to do it by yourself than to use all these devices.
It was too much in the eyes.
It was too much in the eyes. But also I have to mention that it was the atmosphere on set was so incredible. Sometimes you don't need to think about anything because the atmosphere on set.
They respect everyone. Everyone, it was so silence. And I said because
it's right to do things.
Yes.
And then you can cry, you can laugh.
The house, and they put, the set was, our house when my mom died. You can see, I feel it was my house, she was everything, was decorating so professional and details and everything.
I think, but this is a big compliment for our casting crew, but it's not big compliment for us. I explain you what, because I think all the time about these Hollywood stars who hate each other, but they have to play, laugh, and to cry.
Yeah.
This is a big professional thing. This is
true.
This is a huge professional thing.
That's right.
But on this set, everything was so beautiful, and everybody was so with us. Everybody it wasn't.
I can tell you a secret that the scene that we shot, and then I can say, when Shira asked me what a person, when I said, I found you this guy, this Hussein, and she said, what kind of Hussein? And I said, Gehering, normal. This scene, I was falling the stairs, and I was in the hospital, and they thought everybody just quit, and we didn't shoot. I was all day in hospital because I was falling my head. I just ran on the stairs, and I was falling my head. And I said to myself, you see, Ronit, that's it. You finish. Your big opportunity is done. Now they're going to find another actress. And I just went, they take me to hospital. They do me every exam, everything, MRI, and everything was really touched with.
Also was very touching because the main producer was
sitting with
like
me
8 hours.
Yes, 8 hours, from 5 o'clock until 2, in the mid. And I just, and we talk, and everybody called me because the other day the scene was in Pesach. There is a lot of extra we need to shoot. There is very complicated scene, and I said, okay, I'm ready to do it, but I'm going to sit down because, you know, I was a little dizzy. Yeah, I was like a little, another shocking, but everything is okay. Yeah.
But the next day I had a shocking situation.
What?
When the driver, Ronit went to the to set, and it was my shooting day. It wasn't.
It wasn't. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
And I was resting,
Okay.
because, and suddenly I see a driver of our production, and he going to like
He knocked on the door.
knock on the door and say, just get up.
Yeah, get
Put
up,
your
get
clothes.
up.
It's an urgency, and I thought something happened after the.
It was the day after. No,
Yeah.
they just want him to the set.
But this was it was also a very blessed situation that the director decided that in some particular scene I supposed to be,
Yes.
and to sit and to play.
Yes.
So she just
He
decided.
thinks something happened to
but
me and
I didn't know.
fall.
So
No.
come here, it's an urgency, and I was.
So you need
Yeah, I
a lot of
thought about
interesting story, but we all healthy.
Yeah,
We all okay.
this is our bloopers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, sounds amazing. Okay, last question that I will ask from my questions, and then I saw that we have one question in the chat. If someone else has another question, you can write it now. So my question is, well, Unorthodox is everywhere now, right? People are loving it, and everybody watches it. You mentioned even Jordan, and I mean all over the world. So what does it feel like to be part of the new Netflix generation of shows?
I think that people, even I can say my neighbor are from Dominican Republic. All of my neighbors wrote me and text me, and you know they we met in this,
And they don't speak English.
And they don't speak
mostly.
English. And this is the first thing that after the show was on the air, and they told me, Ronit, I can tell you, there is a lot of trash television show. This is the most incredible thing we saw. Did you really shave? And you know, they asked me about the traditional, and I can say this is the best compliment. Of course, Jewish love it. Of course, people you know in Europe love it. But people from, you know, like Republic and Dominican, it's not. I mean, not specific from them. From Cairo, from people who really find similar to the story. For me, we did our job very, very well. That everyone can להזדהות. איך אומרים להזדהות?
I forgot.
To feel for us.
To identify.
Exactly. To identify with the story.
Thank you.
This is the most achievement that I can think about it, about this Unorthodox. Totally.
Nothing to add. I think to feel that the next generation of Netflix.
I hope.
I hope we're gonna be a really generation of Netflix, and we're gonna take part in more serious after that.
Because we don't know if there will be a season 2. Nobody said. Nobody knows.
You know, the most important thing is not to expect too much. You know, when you expect too much, really, wow, it's okay. It's Netflix. It's good. It's good to be professional in a very professional place and be blessed to take part in a very good show with a very good people. I think it's enough.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you. Also, we do have a few questions in the chat. Let's see. First question from Kelvin. Are you aware of whether Christians or Muslims have watched Unorthodox? If so, do you know what their reaction is?
Yeah, as I say, I get still now from the Instagram a lot of message from Muslim people who find. I get even one message from hair design from Morocco, and he wrote me that you know, as I say, the story. Every community can identify with the story. Muslim have the same tradition as Jew, and people find very similar to our story, Muslim people. And I get a lot of feedback from these people. Many still now come to visit and come to Morocco, and you cannot believe how Jew and Muslim live so well together. And as I say, this is the best achievement, this best compliment, best thing that this show done.
I would like to say that, if this show uh, would be making an impact of watching and learning Jewish community of Satmar, and that would be its message, I would be very upset. It's kind of humanizing Jewish people, like you see some community of some rare animals of National Geographic. It's very humanizing thing. But if we really can compare what's going on in this community to another nations, if it's a really a common story, so I think we get the goal. Yeah.
Great. Okay, another question from Carla. Any idea how many people actually live this community or try to live?
I can say this guy who was playing the rabbi, Eli Rosen, and also he was a main advisor and producer, technical director, everything which connected to Jewish tradition and Yiddish, special Hasidic Yiddish. It's a great guy, very educated and very gifted guy. So he also an actor in New Yiddish Rap Theater. And once we had a great honor to go to play our show, The Labor of Life, with three of us playing there in Montreal. So we rented a car, a big car. We put our and let's say the distance from New York to Montreal is kind of 5 hours, 5.5 hours, plus minus an hour to stop here and there, because we also take our kids, so we had to. So let's say kind of 7 hours, right? And all these 7 hours, Eli tried to explain me this story, how he got out of this community, how he understood he doesn't want to be an ultra-Orthodox. He want to be secular Jew, or even complete atheist. So, guys, 7 hours. He tried to explain me from the first time that he had a doubt about all this, the first secular book and non-religious book that he read, that he was the first time that he watched TV. It's a huge process. Huge, very long, very interesting, sometimes dangerous. As I mentioned before, very private, very personal. And in this case, we can say how many people want to leave the community, because some of them want, some of them still there, some will only start their journey to get out. So maybe it's a lot of people. We just don't know, as every one of us has his own doubts. So some people deal with their doubts. So we have to actually to count all the people who has doubts, and it could be a very huge amount,
Yeah. So another question here is, how many are in the community? Like, how much people do you know?
We can say if you going to Wikipedia and you see how people the Yiddish is their native language, so more or less take out kind of from this number. I don't know how much is that. Take from this number 100,000 people who are like us, actors, or just learn Yiddish, and this is the amount of people who are in this religious community, because only them speak Yiddish. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Okay, 2 more questions and we're done. So, question for Maxine. Do you know about the problems that Orthodox have when they leave their community, and what, if any, assistance they can get in Israel?
We don't know about Israel. We know definitely that here is a lot of assistants who help them. This is, you can see it also in this incredible One of Us. A lot of people help them. Really, they're not alone. I don't know how about Israel. Maybe it's a little bit more tough. Maybe not. I've heard a lot of stories, but here really people really help them. About the problems, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Compared to I think it's a very rude comparing But for me, if you live in some house with rules, with a father and mother and everybody, let's say you're nothing, and you want to go to a big world. It's not like a Truman Show that is very happy to go out and they lie to him all the time, because we don't know what kind of difficulties Truman get when he go out. We know he feels bad that his own life is like a show. You understand, like this famous movie, but we don't know what he's going to meet and to watch when he goes out. So if you go to kind of jungle, because maybe for some religious people, our world seems to be like a jungle, a lot of people and everybody is dangerous. It's a huge decision to live. And I think if you ask me how many difficulties and what kind of difficulties, I don't know what kind of difficulties, because everyone has his own problems that he's getting out, but a lot of difficulties.
That's a hard transition from this.
Yeah, it's huge. I even can't imagine. I immigrated 2 times, like as a child to Israel and here, and I think it's much more difficult to get out of religious community and to a lot.
So last question that we have, I don't know if you're aware, but people asking in real life, what happened to Yankee?
What happened to Yankee after the show?
Yeah.
This is a good.
Which means he played his part very good.
I think his mom accepted him again. Even he cut his pace. Even his, I think, he was very. His character was very childish, very, very dependent, yes, undependent. So
no, dependent. He was very dependent.
So I think his mom definitely, I can say, even he do this stuff and go after it. I think they will accept him again and forgive him.
Not only accept him again, they
do another shidduch for him.
They put under the rug everything.
Right now, yes. But definitely they will.
But think also how many connections is our previous questions about the difficulties, how you get out, how many connections these people. This is not like they're only a religion; they're family, everything. Yeah. So it's much easier to go back and even to say, okay, this is not my wife anymore.
Yeah, but not everyone accepts. Yeah, but especially from the show, especially I can say that his role, his as Yankee, he definitely can go back to his community, but not all the story ever. Like with the happy ending.
Hopefully, we believe that maybe he will go and stay with Esti and leave everyone. Yeah. No, it doesn't work like that. Most people get back. We are not that strong. Not everyone is hero. In this case, this little lady, this little girl, she what's your name?
Esti.
Esti, not sure. Esti, right? Esti, she's very strong.
Right.
She's very strong. Not everyone is strong like her.
Yes, she is.
I think if we talking about Me Too and this and about women, this is her power. As a woman, I think women have incredible power, and men mostly don't have power like this. Because you have to have.
You have, but not like us.
Not like women. Women mostly have.
I think it's a perfect message to
have a great. I'm sorry, balls to do things. No, I'm just.
Yeah, we are.
I'm really. I'm about that, and this is a proof. This is a proof. So Yankee goes home.
Yes, Yankee goes home. So. The second season, Yankees go home.
Right. Dear Ronit and Gera, thank you so much for sharing your experience and telling us all kinds of funny and interesting facts about film and the show. It was a pleasure for us to host you here and to hear from you. And we really thank you. Thank you the rest of the people who attended this. We really hope that you learned something new and that you had fun with Ronit and Gera this evening.
Thank you so much. תודה רבה.